Good afternoon. I want to go over Aussie US dollar as it has been chopping around over the last few days from the weekend. Okay, carrying on from where I left off on the weekend, I was running the preferred idea that this was one wave down, two, and this was one of three. We had a small correction, and since then we've moved down only in three waves. So this idea is not going to run. And the best I can offer with this, well, I can offer a few things with this, but what I want to point out is that the move down so far looks like it's been in three waves. It's had a series here, three waves up, and three waves down. Now, there are a couple ways to look at it. I think I'll start with the bigger picture first. Looking on the daily, I'll just go over this again because I think it's important for interpreting this. If you want to interpret this bearishly, I'm looking at it like this. Within this entire composite here, it's been narrowing in the form of a triangle. Basically, it's range bound. And of this sequence, the important element is this here. It's a five-wave impulse. And what's followed from there has been three waves of chop. Each wave has been in three, so each one's been corrective as you would expect in a triangle. I'll just go over this very briefly. 3 and 3. Although this was quick down, this was 3. And this here, 3, and in total 3. Now we've moved down so far in what looks like three waves as well. Now that's okay in my interpretation, because if you're viewing this as D of a triangle, you would expect that to be choppy as well, because each sequence is 3, including this fast one. It's only 3 overall, so you would expect this down move to be 3. So to keep this bearish, the most important element of these 4 waves so far is the first, because this is impulsive. So this is the one that needs to maintain its high without being broken. The high here is not really important. This can be broken so long as this one is not broken, because overall this can turn into a larger three-wave sequence staying beneath this high, and that will still be valid for a down move. But for now, dealing with the immediate evidence, we've been contracting. We've had enough here for 3 moves up. I will only present one further possibility that could materialize. Just in case this does move up higher over the next few days, it could throw in some kind of ending pattern, staying beneath the April 2016 high, and then move down. It's a possibility, though what I want to focus on is the down moves so far. So overall, considering everything's been in threes, the idea that this has been 3 down so far is not important, because it can be the first part of a down move. We can be in a correction now, and to see the next part down of a 3-wave move overall for D of the try. Now, just to have a look at this, if you're an advanced LA wave analyst, you may be able to interpret this differently. For example, this first sequence, if you want to call this a leading diagonal, as I went over on the weekend, see the weekend video if you want a bit more explanation of that. It is possible to count this as 3 up, 3 down, and we see 5 up here for a flat, and then we keel over. So that is one thing to watch out for. Now what I want to mention as well regarding the 3-wave composite, this sequence here, which is B of the triangle, looking at this on a shorter time frame, just to show that this type of thing does materialize and can follow here where we are now if you want to remain bearish. This here also unfolded overall in 3 waves, had a break, and then continued down. So within a triangle, you would expect a choppy move, and that is what we're seeing so far. So I like the idea that this is still bearish, and that over the next day or two, it will continue down. I can present a more bullish case, but there's no point doing it. As I said on the weekend, I want to work with what's been working and where the evidence is. And so far the evidence is down. And if we expect the resurgence of the dollar soon, it's better to focus on that and continue to move down here. So my only point in this video is to say that, well, the first point is that this worked initially to continue down. And that even if you lose track of it, you can still make money. You can still make money through ignorance, which ignorance ultimately will follow later, perhaps. But we had an idea that was working. I had an idea that was working and dealt with it. Now I have to adjust. So that's my view on this here, a bit higher perhaps, and then turn down. And something else I wanted to say, just a moment. Yeah, I won't mention a bullish case. So long as this holds right now, I would deal with the immediate term idea that we will see a turn higher by a touch and then a move down. So looking at, have a quick look at the dollar. This may be getting a bit big for 4 now, but so far the idea of 3 waves is valid overall. And from here, we can count this as done now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So let's see if we can find some power up here and weakness in other pairs. New Zealand US dollar has not gone anywhere at all. I was looking for a move higher, but frankly, this may be enough here. I'm just not sure how to deal with this move right now overall. So I'm not trading this one. I'm looking at Aussie US dollar to turnover rather. Euro New Zealand, I think we've had the 5th wave in now. I'm marking this as a triangle for 4, and we've had an ending diagonal for 5. So let's see a 3-wave correction now. So if that's 5 overall, we'll see 3 waves down towards 152, and we'll take it from there. Okay, Bitcoin has moved up well. It's moved up over $100 since I mentioned the possible low on Saturday, which closed as a hammer. Now, on a lower time frame, the up move appears corrective. It may advance and morph from here and mutate into something else, but right now I'm looking at it as rather corrective. So see how that unfolds, but it's been good so far. I've not adjusted this count. It is possible to alter this Aussie New Zealand to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this is not too far out of line for wave 4, so I'm going to leave it as labeled as such for now and look for a move higher. Because there is a chance that's enough. If it decides to correct further down, then I will adjust the count to 5 as such, and I would prefer it to stay above this high. Otherwise, I'll have to adjust further, and that might adjust the whole sequence. Okay, have a quick look at pound. We are at limitation point. Well, limitation point is here, but we're at resistance point. The bigger idea I've been over for a larger wave 4. However, for now, we're dealing with the triangle here. The pound looks weak. If you look at pound New Zealand and pound Canadian, which I haven't dealt with lately, that looks very bearish. And pound Canadian too looks very bearish up here. And euro pound looks bullish. At least it did earlier today. Yeah, euro pound looks good. So I am expecting now, after this good run the past 3 weeks or so from here, I'm expecting this to turn over here. And if you're bearish, US Canadian, this is the point of completion. 5 waves down if you want to mark it as such, and a 3-wave correction to a new high. So this should sell off here on a bearish count. I'm not involved with this. I still have some doubts. I really want to see it go. It's a good close if it can follow through with this. Still like the idea for a next wave, but let's see how it unfolds. You can flag this quite simply. If you want to take a traditional method, which you don't need to pay money to learn, just flag it and use it as a breakout. Okay, I'll leave it there. See if this can turn around a bit higher. There are always issues with this. You need to keep adjusting at times, such as now. The idea did work originally. It morphed a bit. I'm still looking at it as bearish. The ignorance enters now, kind of. But I have a bearish idea at the moment, so let's see how it plays out. Okay, good luck. Bye-bye.